All activity on Main Street has ceased. Those carriages which have lined up for the parade to follow are full of celebrities. And now, Walt Disney will step forward to read the dedication of Disneyland.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
On July 17th, 1955, Walt Disney opened his Disneyland theme park to the world. And alongside the park, as one of its first attractions, sat Snow White and Her Adventures, a ride which took guests through a retelling of 1937's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Focusing on the film's scarier elements, the ride was eventually given a Beware the Witch sign, and a 1983 redesign rechristened it Snow White's Scary Adventures, which it remained until last January. Following this closure, the ride underwent another revamp under the name Snow White's Enchanted Wish and opened on April 31st, 2021. While the overall layout and several scenes remain incredibly close to their original incarnations, the biggest change to this version of the ride happens to be the use of color inside and out, which aims to provide not so much a scary experience, but one that closely echoes the family-friendly feeling of the Disney brand and the original film. As the ride's head designer John Gritt explains,
"We're finally giving Snow White the happily ever after that she deserves."
This means going so far as to recreate the film's ending in the ride. So, after the dwarves confront the Wicked Witch, the prince comes to free Snow White from the poisoned apple's curse with True Love's kiss, as opposed to reading after the fact that the couple lived happily ever after, a choice which has since ruffled a few feathers. Haven't we already agreed, writes SF Gate, that consent in early Disney movies is a major issue? It's hard to understand why the Disneyland of 2021 would choose to add a scene with such old-fashioned ideas of what a man is allowed to do to a woman, especially given the company's current emphasis on removing problematic scenes from rides like Jungle Cruise and Splash Mountain.
Disneyland will never be completed. From the beginning, it has expanded and grown as new adventures and new ideas came into being. The jungles of Adventureland thrived and grew. Wild beasts were added to increase the fast-growing animal population. A tribe of natives moved in, and they've been celebrating ever since.
While there is merit in seeing the film's outdated cultural depictions through a modern lens, the implications of this thinking extend far beyond Disney, their movies, and their rides. Indeed, what do we do in a world where more and more media is continually observed through an ever-changing magnifying glass? I find this problem stems from media representation in general, and not only is highlighted by the shows that I watch, but also echoes similar effects to the backlash Snow White has been facing. And for me, there's no better place to start with this than Kim Possible. For those of you who don't know, Kim Possible follows the titular teen as she often struggles to balance school and family drama with saving the world. Despite her head cheerleader status and I can do anything attitude, Kim is occasionally klutzy, exemplified among other episodes by Season 2's Motor Ed.
Felix Renton.
Oh, hi. My dad told me about you. This is Ron.
Hold on. I'm this close to winning a giant inflatable baseball bat.
Hey, you want to hit some rides with us, Felix?
Ready to roll.
Oh, I didn't know you were in a... I mean, nobody told me that you were...
Hey, who's up for the Disorienter? Whoa, I heard that is the bashingest ride ever.
We should probably work our way up to that one. Maybe we should hold off on the really intense rides.
Kim, I can handle it.
I'm trying to be sensitive to Felix's condition. The chair.
What of it?
So, Felix, what do you like to do besides extreme rotating?
Usual junk. Video games, basketball.
Basketball?
Sure, why not?
Well, I wasn't sure if you...
Ooh, fast hands, KP. Want to call a winner?
Ron, what do you think you're doing?
Shooting hoops with Felix.
No, but it looks like you're really trying to,
Win?
Exactly. You can't.
What?
You're acting like...
Like he's just a normal person?
I've got to just stop talking.
It's okay to be a little uncomfortable about it.
Oh, about what?
Felix being in a wheelchair?
No, I think it's great. I mean, it's awful, but I'm gonna stop talking now before I say some other stupid thing. Excuse me, I'd better take this.
Kim, just relax.
While Kim is more laid back toward Felix by the end of the episode, it's worth noting his last major appearance is the season 3 premiere.
You actually stole a wheelchair. What's next? Candy from a baby?
Been there, done that.
I guess there's no better honor than being the target of the show's main villains, but as a person in a wheelchair myself, I find Felix's presence to ring a little hollow. To me, especially considering these are his only appearances, Felix's inclusion is no more than a mandate, similar to every show needing to have a girl or sassy, down-to-earth black character.
Where is my super suit?
Put it away!
I need it!
Don't you think about running off to doing no daring do? We've been planning this dinner for 2 months!
And while these tropes may be dead, that doesn't diminish their one-time prevalence. Consider Penny from Inspector Gadget, who, despite doing most of the work behind the scenes to thwart crimes and solve mysteries, is never given credit at the end of the day, and is thus seen, at least by the heroes of the show, as nothing more than your average, ordinary girl.
A highly experimental missile has been stolen by Dr. Claw. Your assignment is to find the missile and prevent Dr. Claw from carrying out his plan. This is definitely not friendly.
No, right now!
Tell me something. How did you cause the malfunction?
Well, Chief, all you have to do is, read the instructions. Now I must get on with my missile investigation.
But Gadget, the case is closed.
And while April O'Neil and Lois Lane are more than capable reporters in their own right, they are frequently saved by the male protagonists of the series, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Superman, respectively. One of the most egregious examples of this type of character is Webby Vanderquack from the original DuckTales, whose entire appearance in the show boils down to this one clip.
Quick! That little tag-along's following us again! Come on, let's hide in the plane! Hey, wait for me!
As for the other stereotype, examples come in the form of Gerald from Hey Arnold, who, as urban legend keeper, frequently comes to clash with Arnold in his optimistic view.
Why do you do that, Arnold? Why do you always have to look on the bright side? Somebody has to.
In addition to Susie from Rugrats, who often serves to take the bullying Angelica down a peg.
Hey, leave them little kids alone. Oh yeah? Who's gonna make me? Me. You and Wood Army.
Even Kim Possible isn't immune to this through Monique, who, as friend to both Kim and Ron, is able to serve as a go-between for both characters, frequently calling them out on several occasions.
Zappable. Your partner is Monique.
Ron, we're running out of time.
I hear you, girlfriend.
Look, I'm willing to do my half of the work, but you've got to step up too. You did nothing!
Gotta go with my strengths.
Did you try Tara?
Date.
Hulk.
Grounded.
Bonnie?
Get real.
You could hang with the family.
Parents are going out.
Babysitting?
Dweebs have a sleepover.
I'm out of ideas, Kim.
I can handle some me time. Please, how pathetic do you think I am? I am so pathetic.
On the whole, there's nothing wrong with these characters. After all, it's nice to see some representation of yourself in the shows that you enjoy. But that there are so many of these characters filling similar roles screams lazy writing, as if the only way to write certain characters is to push an agenda or message and write them in stereotypes. Now that we've addressed this as an issue, how would I choose to write these characters? Well, for me, we need look no further than the My Little Pony special, Rainbow Road Trip.
That's one of my designs. Hello?
Whoa, no way. You really the rarity?
It's just a rarity. And I couldn't help but notice.
I love ya. I love you so much. Your work, I mean your designs, your taste, your eye for beauty.
Well, thank you.
They're the perfect canvas for me to fancy up.
Yes, about that. The hat, the boa, the scarf,
Do you like them?
Very charming.
Those are Kerfuffle originals. I'm Kerfuffle.
I do hope you don't mind my asking. But with all this talent, why don't you simply display your own work instead of adding to others?
Oh no, I couldn't. It's not good enough by itself.
contraire. Take this shawl. Hoof dyed, nicely woven, a piece of art by itself. How would you like to work with me as the official assistant designer of the Rainbow Festival?
Really? Work with you? I can't believe it. Wait, there's still a Rainbow Festival?
Darling, if we have anything to do with it, not only will there be a festival, it will be the most stylish any pony in this town has ever seen. Now let's get started.
In Kerfuffle, we find a character with a prosthetic leg, and I find her the perfect example because the writers chose not to address her leg through the entire hour-long special. In doing so, the message that, just like the rest of us, people with disabilities can do whatever they put their mind to, isn't so heavy-handedly delivered through dialogue or making it the episode's focal point. If you don't notice her leg, it's fine, but if you do, it's an opportunity for discussion. Another perfect example of this in My Little Pony is Scootaloo, a Pegasus with underdeveloped wings. While she is occasionally bullied for being unable to fly, most of her episodic appearances focus on her hanging out with her friends, each trying to find their own life's calling. In doing this, we find Scootaloo is incredibly talented on her scooter, as well as bungee jumping and ziplining, which she also enjoys. In short, these characters work because they're written as characters first, and not so much as cardboard cutouts meant to represent an incredibly diverse group of people. But what does this mean for Snow White? Well, it means letting parents take responsibility for what they show their children, and again, having discussions of their own volition as opposed to having them doled out for them on the television. In the same way, instead of begging companies to change their media or outright banning them because they in fact do their job, people need to realize that things are a certain way for a reason. The outlooks we had existed in the past, and though they may not be right now, that's no reason to completely wipe them from the face of the earth. Instead, we can learn from their negative depictions and move on toward the future. As Walt Disney once said, that's the trouble with the world. Too many people grow up. They forget. They don't remember what it's like to be 12 years old. They patronize. They treat children as inferiors. I won't do that. I'll temper a story, yes, but I won't play down, and I won't patronize.